course you ain't hearing them because this shit don't make sense. So let's have a real conversation. Let's have a real conversation, y'all. So I've just listened to the governor of Minnesota talk. I've heard Keisha Lance Bottoms talk, our queen, black sister that I love and respect. I heard the mayor of Minnesota talk. And I've heard all the blame on the protesters. I heard all the blame on the uprising. I didn't hear one person say, charge those motherfucking police with murder. If you want to stop the anger, if you want to stop the pain, I didn't hear one person say, charge those other 3 police with murder. I did not hear one person make that statement. Never. We understand why you do this, but no. You put the onus on the people that's frustrated. You put the onus on the people who are agitated. You put the onus on the people who have watched their people being killed and murdered. You put all the pressure on the people who have been oppressed for hundreds of years. I didn't hear one of y'all say, charge those people with murder. If you want the uprising to stop, if you want the looting, as you call it, the looting or whatever the fuck you call it to stop, I didn't hear one person, not one, I didn't hear one word. I heard everybody say we understand and this is what it is. Not one person said, if you want this to stop, charge those people with murder because they murdered that man. Arrest those officers for murdering George Floyd. I didn't hear one person say that. Because I stand in the middle of the street. The minute y'all arrest the people who killed George Floyd, I will stand in the middle of the street, in the middle of the protesters. I will put my life on the line to make sure the protests stop. I will get on every fucking soapbox, anything you name, and I will make sure these uprisings stop. I will call my people, I will get on my platform every day and say, stop protesting. It's over. We got what we wanted. But nobody, not one person said, if you want these things to stop, charge the cops. What happened to that part? Y'all forgot what this was. No, don't try to change the narrative. Don't try to spin us. We know what's going on. People are protesting because they're tired of seeing black bodies in the street being murdered. That's why they protested. And George Floyd was the last straw. 4 officers led to this man's death. 1 officer got charged with some bullshit, and 3 other officers have yet to be charged. You want people to stop protesting? Charge those officers. People ain't outside protesting for nothing. There's a reason. There's a correlation. Don't put it on us. Don't put it on people to say, oh, go home. No, we're not going home. People are not going home until you charge the officers. Power concedes nothing without a demand. We have a demand. The demand is that the officers who killed George Floyd be arrested and charged with murder. This is not hard. You would rather deploy the National Guard. You'd rather bring in the army. You'd rather tear gas. You'd rather kill other people than lock up 4 racist motherfuckers who killed a black man in the middle of the street. That's what America is built on. I don't care. Listen to me. You can put the most beautiful black people that I love up there to tell me to stop. They can talk eloquently. They can look like me. I can hug them. I can call them my brother. I can call them my sister. But the reality is the situation is if y'all don't arrest those cops, people gonna still have the same pain. They still gonna feel overlooked. So don't try to spin this. This ain't nothing to spin. This is simple. This is 1 + 1 = 2. You arrest the cops, people go home, shit is over. That's what it is. Because now we don't got no reason to protest. This is simple. We came here with a demand. The demand was arrest the people who killed George Floyd. We want justice for George Floyd. Everybody's out there with posters for justice. You saying that the people who come to agitate can hide behind the real protesters. Well, they can't hide behind the real protesters if you give the real protesters the shit they out there protesting for. So don't try to spin us. We not stupid. We done seen this game before. Y'all want to scare, okay? You're going to bring out the National Army, the Guard, you're going to bring out everybody, but you ain't going to arrest those 4 motherfucking officers that killed George Floyd. What happened? Where was that at? I watched it and CNN all morning. I didn't hear one of the good people say, listen, if you want these people to stop being out there, y'all probably should arrest the officers who killed George Floyd. What happened to that part? I'm listening for everything. I heard everything everybody said all day. This and that. Boom, boom. The agitators, don't burn down this. Don't do this. We understand your pain, but don't know. Talk to your government. Talk to the white supremacists. Talk to the mayor. Talk to the motherfucking DA. Tell them to charge the people who killed George Floyd. That's what we here for. Like Stephen Jackson said, we here to get justice for George Floyd. We ain't backing down. We ain't scared. We not scared. You listen to me. You don't get it. People are not scared. We figure this out. We gonna die anyway. But we gonna die for a reason. I'm not gonna die on the ground with my motherfucking hands cuffed while you choke me. George Floyd did that for us. I'm not dying that way. I'm not dying in my house. I'm not going to let you kill my brothers while I'm in my house. That's not going to happen. So what we want here, right? We want sustainable change. What we want is for you to arrest the officers who killed George Floyd. Then we want to create laws that govern to make sure that the way George Floyd was killed is outlawed. So we don't got to go through this shit again. That's what we here for. The shit you talk, we don't care about none of that shit you talking about. Listen to me. You got people that's 9 to 5 people that go to church. I see every denomination. I seen preachers. I seen Muslim priests. I seen everything out there. It ain't no violent protest. The violence is coming from y'all. Y'all shooting tear gas. People is returning fire. The violence started with y'all. Y'all started the violence. That target did not get burnt down until y'all start tear gassing the crowd. I was there. You ain't gonna lie to me. I know what happened. You start tear gassing and throwing these motherfucking bombs, and people went crazy because they had to clear their eyes, so they ran into these motherfucking supermarkets to get milk. And once they started doing that, it opened the door for everything. Don't try to spin it, man. The bottom line is this. People are protesting because black people are being killed. The most recent act of a black person being killed is George Floyd was murdered by the police. We want the police that murdered George Floyd arrested. I don't hear none of y'all talking about that. That's the subject here. The rest of that shit you trying to tell us about the agitate, it can't be no agitators if you give us our demands. This is simple. You have no problem arresting us. If I'm walking down the street with my man and I don't even know what he do, and he shoots somebody, you arresting me and him, and we going to jail. We watched the video where 4 officers contributed to the death of an unarmed man. We watched that. Everybody in the world seen it. Everybody in the world seen that. So you trying to tell us something about what we doing wrong because we outside and we ain't doing no curfews and we decided that we gonna stand up. That's not the answer. The answer is for you to arrest the officers who killed George Floyd. That's it. This shit is this is the most simplest shit I have ever seen in my life. You want people to go home. You want the uprising to stop. Arrest the officers who killed George Floyd. Bottom fucking line.